What's up, YouTube family? This is your girl Dominique from Pretty Right Notary Services. Today we are going to talk about most common mistakes that a notary makes. All right, so before we dive into the information today, I just want to welcome you all back to my channel. Okay, so if this is your very first time, thank you so much for checking me out. And if you have watched any of my other videos, thank you for coming back. Also, not only that, but once you look at this content, if you like it, go ahead and hit that like button. And also, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button too, so you can get notification of what we're going to talk about next. So we're talking about most common mistakes, and the reason why is because it's so important that, we just put everything on the table and build up a foundation so that we will be able to know what are the common mistakes that we make as notaries, right? And when I say we, that's including myself, because I don't want to exclude myself. I mean, we're all, not perfect beings. So yeah, just want to share the most common mistakes. Some of these things I have personally done, but also I'm a big reader, so I stumble across some things, and I'll also kind of bring it to the forefront, and I want to share it with you all too, because the more we know, the more we can grow. All right, let's get into it. The first common mistake that we are going to cover is us not initialing and dating the changes that need to be made. So, for example, when you're doing general notary work, let's say that you made an error. What you want to do is you want to cross through that error, initial it with your initials, date it, as well as make the correction. We have to make sure that we are initialing it so that it does show that we recognize the error, and then we also made a correction. Another most common mistake is not using the loose certificate properly. So to go into more detail about that, each state has specific verbiage that is required when you are doing a notarial act. So what you want to do is you want to look at your state's handbook, and you want to look at the requirements of what is needed on the document in order for you to notarize it. So, for example, when you are reviewing or when you're notarizing general notary work, you want to make sure that all of the proper information that is required by your state is on that document. If it is not, then what you want to do is you want to use a loose certificate, and you want to fill that document out, notarize it, and make sure you're attaching that loose certificate to the document that you're notarizing. So you can either attach it by, of course, either stapling it or using a paper clip. Another common mistake is not signing your name the right way. A lot of times we make the error of not signing the notary document the same way it is listed on our state commission. So for example, if you have your first name, your middle initial, and your last name, then you need to literally sign the document the same way. First name, middle initial, and your last name. You can't just put your first initial, your middle initial, and then your last name, okay? Because that can absolutely make the document invalid. So please, please, please make sure that we are signing our name exactly how it is commissioned. Another common mistake that we tend to make is that we will give opinions or advice at a signing. And so that is absolutely the thing that we do not want to do, because we don't want to come across as unprofessional. It really can dampen your brand, or you may say something that may rub the client the wrong way. So you just want to keep a neutral approach to things. Of course, you want to remain professional and you want to build that relationship, but you absolutely just want to keep things clear, and just, do business, get in, get out. Last but not least, one of our most common mistakes that we make is we fail to require a personal appearance. Now, this is very essential when we're notarizing a document, because one of the most important things about our role is to, of course, protect fraud, right? We want to make sure that we're verifying proper identification. And of course, if required by your state, you need to make sure that you properly journal your signer's information. So, absolutely want to make sure that we have all the signers present so that we can do the right thing and notarize the document properly after we identify our signers.